Well, hello. It's Mike Madness. I'm coming to you live from the Mikey Laugh Show. And I have with me a special guest this afternoon. It's a young lady, I would say a brave young lady. Pretty much she ventured out in the middle of the pandemic on a date. Yeah, she was creative. She actually made use of that Facebook dating app and thought she had landed what could have been Mr. Right. But the situation turned and had a number of twists, and she wants to tell her story this afternoon. I wanted to just sit back, relax, and let her tell you her story. Oh my goodness, well, thank you so much for having me. It's such a good thing that I could laugh. Oh my goodness, here goes. All right, so I don't know from what point I had my information on that Facebook app, but suddenly, it kind of just dawned on me that maybe in the middle of the pandemic, you never know how long it was going to last. I mean, why not give yourself a shot at love? So I decided no. Well, I didn't do anything. Somebody sent a note to me, and I decided to take the offer up. All right, no. In recent time, I've sat with one or two of my girlfriends who have said, Mikey, are you sure that you're not too picky? And I'm saying, not too picky. I don't think I am, but I am telling the story and I'm inviting feedback. You tell me now if this is a situation that I was picky or if this is a situation where I just allowed my good senses to prevail. All right, sir. So, the Mr. Mention reached out to me. Not too far away from me, had one or two conversations, not bad conversations. I really did realize that he talked a little too much about the physical, though, like what I looked like. And, you have a nice smile. I mean, he went over and over. It's just like it was getting a little too much. But anyway, decided then that he wanted to meet up. So I was all for it, of course, what, there's nothing better at this time to maybe gravitate towards who you never know, because you know how the girls are. You start to see yourself in the dress long before the date. Yeah. Okay, so I decided that I would go. No, my first red flag, and you tell me down in the chat if you think I'm putting down too much of a hardball here, but when he realized where I was, he decided that, well, what could be a midpoint? And at that point, I kind of got a little ruffled because I said to myself, all right, so this is the very first time you're going to meet me. I mean, could it be so hard for you to just take the distance? I mean, a man being a man. Anyway, I wasn't pompous or anything. I just kind of said, you'd really make me very happy if you drove to me. And he decided that he would. All right, so a little time passed and we, chit-chatted in between time. The morning of the proposed date, he called to say his father and mother kind of were in a situation and he needed to attend to them. So it was a no-go. No, he didn't call, I forgot. So you tell me about this one again. Texted, maybe about 3 or so hours. But anyway, I don't want to be a tough cookie. I said to myself, old parents, anything could happen. So give him the benefit of the doubt. Relax. A couple of days went by that I found a little kind of iffy, because I would think if you put the date off, the done thing would have been kind of reassure the lady and kind of, make amends, but no, nothing in between. So let's say if I started out with interest level at a 10, by the time I got the disappointment, then it became an 8. And then by the time he didn't call in between times, so it's going down to a 7. So point I want to make is he was not doing too well from the get-go. Anyway, got to the place now and saw him. I mean, he fit the description and everything. So I saw him. We went inside. By the time we sat down, this guy is saying, "Oh, so how have you been doing on this site?" I said, "Holy cow! This time I'm turning around to see who else is hearing that I am here from a dating site." Because that is not so complimentary. Oh my goodness. All right, so I found myself kind of losing the interest and not even so bubbly with my conversation, to the point where he said, "I realize how very bubbly you are over the phone, but you're not so bubbly today." And I wanted to say, if you started off by saying, "How am I doing on the site?" You kind of, you pinched the bubble. Of course you did. Oh, it's like it was just as though he was saying, "Oh, I've been scoring around and I couldn't come up with anything, and something, I landed you." Didn't make it feel so complimentary at all. Then he made another little, what I call another boo-boo. He saw a gentleman in the restaurant and he decided that he was sure he knew him. He was the manager for another restaurant that he used to visit with his old girlfriend. And he would definitely verify, but he wasn't going to, because he didn't want the interaction with him, just in case he said anything about his being out here with me. Which, I mean, come on now, guys. You tell me in the chat. Wasn't that throwing up a little bit of a red flag? Oh, yes. So when I tell you that he's solid, maybe 6. Started to go down some more. Steve Harvey would have said you should not have gone from the get-go. But Steve Harvey is happily married with Marjorie. You know what I mean? So every once in a while, you have to do what you have to do. And like I said, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. All right. So dinner continued, or was lunch. Lunch continued until he decided that he wanted to go to the restroom. And this was the nail that just drove it home to the coffin. How about he said, "Okay, so I'm going to go to the restroom, and if I come back and you're not here, then, and like I know you left without me." No, I don't know about anybody else, but confidence is such a winner. Yeah. And I'm telling you, when he mentioned how was I getting along on the site, it just gave me a very unstable, insecure, like that was the vibe I was getting from him. And now that he said that, I kept sort of wondering, was he left behind at any other point? So I'm telling you, I think he just killed it. Anyway, I stayed. No, here's the twist. I put a little twist to it. I decided to go to the restroom as well. But I sent him a text. But I almost did that on purpose. I kind of wanted to kind of shake him a little bit. Mike, you're terrible. Yes, so that's what I did. But anyway, when I got back from the restroom, and he made mention of it today, so well, when I got here, I didn't see you. I wondered but then I saw your text. So anyway, we're ready to walk outside now. I'm putting on my mask, and he says, "You could put back the mask, but maybe you want to take it off when you get outside." So I said, I think I'm going to keep on my mask. Anyway, we got outside now, and I'm telling you, this guy leans in. Can you imagine? No, you tell me down in the chat, guys. Tell me down in the chat, where did I go wrong? Leans in, and apparently he thought we had a great time, so now he's leaning in for his kiss. So, oh my goodness, that was really a queer moment. I really kind of leaned forward and kind of missed it. Yeah, and then he said, I really don't want to put you into any situation that is going to make you feel uncomfortable. And I said to myself, oh, Jesus. I don't know. I backtracked a little bit in my head, and I said, I mean, But it brings me to the same point I want to make though. It's like, I think when you're meeting somebody for the first time, to me that's a meeting. I'm not even sure if it's called a date. So if you have a few conversations with, and you tell me in the chat what you think. I mean, I'm looking for feedback. If you meet somebody for the first time, I mean, it doesn't matter what you're saying over the phone. I mean, I don't know, baby, but this kiss idea and in the COVID. Okay, so I just saw Mr. Right shrinking as the evening progressed, and of course, you know, if the date doesn't end with the kiss like the guy anticipates, you're not gonna hear from him again. Well, he did send a text. He sent a text with some kind of explanation, but by this I had tuned totally out. I mean, what can I say? So I guess I'll have to get back to the dating site. I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? I mean, did I do something mean? What did I do wrong? Did I do anything wrong? I don't think I did anything wrong though. It doesn't matter what you say. I don't think I did anything wrong. I think I'd more get back to Steve Harvey saying I probably should not have gone. But like I said, you explore your options. This is what it turned out to be. Hope you like my story. Oh my goodness, you know everything I do is just to entertain you.